Hi everyone, and welcome to No Nonsense Whiskey. Today we've got a bit of a special episode. Obviously Thursdays are review days. Today I'm gonna kind of go off the back of the unboxing I did last week, where I decided to drink the teeny tiny 6th dram straight away. Now I've had 2 previous deliveries from the dram team, and I thought I'm just going to go straight in and do both of these today. Now disclaimer from the start, this is not a review of either of these. The poor little samples are so small, I don't think it's fair to do a full review. So anything I say is on a purely reactional basis. Apologies if it doesn't align with what you think, or if it's not as good as I expect it to be. But it is really only a tiny dram, and I don't get to spend much time with it or take any notes or anything like that. So let's go into these two, and I'll describe what we've got here. So in the first pack we had Scotchy Scotch, and we got the Highland Park 21 years, 47.5%. I'm a big fan of Highland Park. You should go back and check out my Highland Park 12-year video if you're interested in more of my opinions on that, and I've got an 18-year review coming up in the future. This is my first time ever trying anything more than their 18-year, so I'm really looking forward to that. And we've also got the New Zealand Whisky Company 22-year-old 1992 cask strength, 55%. Okay, so Highland Park, I don't really need to talk too much about it because you can have a look at my old review. They're Orkney-based distillery, probably the most northerly in the UK. I think there's another one outside of the UK that's more northerly, but certainly in the UK. As I said before, one of my favourite distilleries. Absolutely love their 12-year, 18-year. I am quoted in saying that I would rather have the 12-year for the price. Having said that, now my bottle is coming to a very, very fine end. I'm gutted, so I would probably spend the money again to get it again. So let's see what we can smell. As you can see, it's a really, really small sample, so I'm going to have to be really careful here. Now these have been sat open for a little bit to let them get exposed to the air, rather than just pouring straight out of the bottle. Oh, it's like a really sweet smelling whiskey, almost like a little butterscotch or something like that. It's a lot smoother in smell than the 12-year is. 12-year's got a little bit of bite to it. I like that. Let's have a taste. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. I mean, it's definitely stronger than some of the 40% I've had. Sort of getting some oranges in there. Definitely fruits, caramels, things like that. Spicy, and only like the very kind of tiniest hint of smoke. The 12-year is relatively smoky. Obviously, it's not the smokiest whiskey ever, but it's sort of as it goes along, it's getting weaker and weaker. Finish this off. Trying to give it a little bit longer on the tongue. Oh, it's yeah, super tingly. I like that a lot. I mean, this retails for about $120 in the UK. I saw this on Scotch Whisky Auctions recently for 85 quid, and I saw it after it had finished. I cannot believe that 3 bottles of it went for 85 quid. If I ever see that again, I'm getting it. Okay, I'm gonna cleanse the palate with a bit of water. So, excuse me while I have a little swish. Okay, let's move on to the New Zealand one. Now this is made by the the New Zealand Whisky Company, produced by the New Zealand Distillery. Unfortunately, these guys closed after 6 years of operation, just before kind of whisky in a worldwide sense boomed, which is a real shame, because I'm sure that in today's market they would do well. I mean, obviously these guys, you might not have heard of them so much, but I would imagine that they would fetch a pretty penny. I think this is about £100 for a bottle of this now. Now, the New Zealand Whisky Company bought up all their stocks when they closed, and they're kind of bottling it, and I think they're trying to make their own distillery right now. I believe that they've taken out a lease on a warehouse. I'm not too sure about that. Hopefully we'll hear about them more soon. Well, this is sweet as well, but not as smoky or as strong, which is odd. This smells less strong than the 47% we've just had. Kind of citrusy, I guess. Wow, that couldn't be more different than the Highland Park. It's lighter, more florally. Oh, it's a lot to digest. There's so much going on. It's very complex. That citrus coming through again. Very, very slight lemon flavour. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, it's so complex. I mean, with the Highland Park, I was expecting to like it. You know, I've tried the others. Tried the 12, tried the 18, Sven, etc. So I was expecting to like it, and I did. A lot. The New Zealand Whisky Company wasn't sure what to expect. So, like, very pleasantly surprised. It's really good. I'm not entirely sure I'll ever get a bottle of that though. That's too far out there. Maybe £100. I would pay it. I would pay it definitely. If I could find a bottle, I would pay it. All right. Well, that's the end of this sort of quick overview on these two. Once again, I'd just like to say I got this from the Dram team. I am a paying subscriber to them. They send me a box of 5 single samples and one teeny tiny one like this. I'll be doing a lot more of them. This Thursday I'm going to do a kind of my introduction to Islay whiskies, which are 2 samples that they've provided for us. So I will be tasting them live. I haven't been the biggest fan of Islay whiskies in the past, so we'll see how that goes. So check it out on Thursday. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and thanks for watching No Nonsense Whisky.